Hey guys, it is E from We Bros. I know it's been a while, but we're finally back. I'm here with T.
We are back. Hopefully, back to stay.
Exactly. And here we are about to do our third podcast episode. And it's about doing a retrospective on the Despicable Me franchise because we watched them earlier this week. So we were doing a little retrospective on them. So what you guys to say, or T?
Yeah, we're like we're talking about what we think about the movies, all sorts of stuff, like how they evolved, and it'll be interesting to talk about probably one of the biggest like animated franchises in the last 20 years.
Yep. Yeah, let's just get started with the first one. Let's talk about the first one real quick. What do you think?
It's pretty good for the time it was made. You can obviously tell that in the later movies, the animation got a whole lot better, but for a movie back in 2010, that's 14 years old. It holds up incredibly well. What do you think about it?
I think it's pretty crazy how, yeah, like I agree with the animation thing. It's crazy how like it still kind of holds up for being 14 years old. Not to mention it's like Illumination's first animated film too.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty crazy how they kind of knocked it out of the park on their first try.
Literally starting off with the bang.
Literally,
It's crazy how they hit it out of the park. Like most movie like animation things, they take a while to get for the first big hit. They did it with their first.
yeah, like right at the bat, they just did it like perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's such a good movie.
Any notable parts you think about the movie? Like
I really like. I think wasn't this like the first movie? Like it just started like the trend of having like an evil villain become like good over time.
probably.
Like the first instance of this like an animated movie, or was it like Megamind was first?
I feel I feel like that Megamind might have predated it by a couple years, but I feel like in the time, yeah, Megamind was also two, 2010, so they probably came around the same time.
Hmm.
So that is crazy that both those movies came out at the same time, though, same year.
Yeah, and
But
then both of them have to deal with like the villain turning into a good guy by the end of the movie, or like a better villain. Or
yeah, I feel like Gru didn't really become a hero. He just became almost like a good villain.
yeah,
Like he still did villainous things in the start of the second one, but he was not he was not really good guy either.
I think like the second movie was like the start of him becoming like a kind of a good
Mhm.
guy. To be honest,
Definitely.
like they were planting the seeds in the first one for him being a good guy, especially with the daughters. But like
Yeah.
during the second one, it's like okay, yeah, this guy's gonna be a good guy sooner
Mhm.
or later.
And I think one of the big things I do want to talk about with Despicable Me in the first one though is that they probably started off with like one of, if not the best villain of the whole series. Like
Vector,
Vector is one of the most iconic pieces of that movie, man.
he is.
Like, and also goes to show you how good like Jason Segel is as him. Like, there's only a few big Jason Segel movies, and it's crazy how Vector is one of them. Freaking like Muppets guy and him. Like, am I a Muppet? Am I a Muppet? I'm a man, I'm a Muppet of a man, Muppet of a man. But yeah, like, man, it it does. That is a very good part of it. And any other like relationship things or any
Uh,
stuff you want to talk about before we move on to the second one?
I think like well, before we move on to the second one,
Mm-hmm.
I want to like talk about the
Yeah,
minions in the first one.
yeah. Oh my god,
That was like our first introductions to the
dude,
minions. They did.
goodness.
They kind of like made a really good impression on the first try, and they were like super funny in the first one too. Nowadays, they're just kind of like
We're all right.
they're okay. They're just like
All right.
like Grogu in Star Wars kind of like. At first, it was cool, and like now it's like, oh great minions.
They're just the Illuminations mascot by this point.
Yeah,
They're good in the first one. I like how they show that they have a heart and they're nice and stuff. Like I really love that scene in the store where they get like the unicorn and stuff like that. That's really a sweet scene. But like in the big giant thing of things, like the minions barely even mattered in the first movie. Other than just a few things, they weren't as big as they would. Like in the other movies, the ending stuff, like most of the reasons that Gru wins his fights at the end is because of something that the minions do.
Yeah.
But in the first one, the minions are just there. They're not even like a huge part of it. Illumination probably saw how a lot of people loved the minions in the first film and started to do a lot of things with them.
Yeah.
Also, the minions, like compared to today, man, they do not look 100% good, man. Like
They don't look
their
good.
eyes look so creepy. Like I don't know what it is, but they just look soulless. It's like the only bad part about the animation. They look a bit iffy, man.
They don't look right. Yeah.
Yeah, they looking at me like, why Dave looking at me like that? I didn't think Kevin was in that one.
Oh, never mind. Let's move on to real quick.
What'd you think? Yeah, what did you think before I start yapping?
I think two is really good. It was a pretty good follow up. They expanded more on Gru a lot more, like as a character, and I really like the little B plot of like Agnes wanting to have a mom throughout the entire movie. Like you kind of like I don't know if it was like anybody else felt the same way, but like after the first movie, I bet some people were feeling like if you have a dad, you have 3 kids. Is Gru going to get married at some point, or is he going to have like a wife or anything like that? And the movie answers that, and I'm pretty happy. Like they gave Gru somebody, and that somebody is Lucy, who's like honestly perfect for him. Like so perfect. Like what do you got to say?
I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as the first one.
Okay.
Obviously, it's very hard
Yeah.
to be as good as the first one.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's barely like it's good, but I feel like it just falls short, man. Like it has a lot of good parts. I like it. It's still very funny, and I like how they do develop everything as they go on. But going from the first one to the second one, I don't know, man. And I like the villain. I like El Macho. El Macho is a good villain, and Gru does some very good stuff in the second one. But I just think it falls short of being as great as the first one. It's like it's just not as good to me.
I feel like two is like the start of like the franchise becoming like a cash grab at that point.
Like the franchise becoming a franchise, basically.
Yeah, just becoming like an actual franchise.
It's probably the same time around that they made like the Universal like rides and stuff like that, Minions Land or whatever. And I just think it's all right. I do think there's a lot of good parts in it. Like the animation is still very good. The quality of the animation definitely got better. Like the minions look 10 times better than they did in the first one.
Yeah.
But I just don't think they look as good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Biggest highlight for me was definitely like obviously Lucy and Gru's romance. Seeing how it develops from like Lucy kidnapping him at first to like them getting married and then having like what 157 dates or something.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That was funny. I like
that. That ending scene was so funny.
It was so
like
good.
the minions like doing a boy band or whatever.
So Pete.
That was really funny.
Absolute cinema, am I right, guys?
What?
Absolute cinema. Oh man, I thought El Macho was pretty cool too. I like El Macho.
He was. I like his death.
His death.
How macho he was. He was so funny.
So lit.
He was.
I think he could be Goku, honestly.
He probably could.
Good.
Well, maybe not like punch Goku, but Goku definitely couldn't take him. Like
Goku would need to go like Ultra Instinct Ego Beast form, just to like land a hit on El Macho.
Goku got to go Super Saiyan 100 to defeat him.
It's too powerful.
Yes.
It's just multiversal or something. Oh, but yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I'd probably give it like I'll save the rankings for later.
Mhm.
All right, let's move on to Minions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, Minions. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't think, again, not as good as the first one, but I do like the creativity about it. I like how it's set in the 90s and we get an origin for the Minions. That's pretty cool. As a kid, I always thought the Minions were created by Gru or something like that. So it's cool to have them have like a large kind of thing, large history. So you can have a lot of stuff like that. And the the humor is still great in that movie. Like I busted out laughing so many times in that. That's like it's my favorite scene. Bob was so funny, and I like how they actually gave like personalities to the minions. Like in the other movies, you could barely tell which one was Dave, which one was Stuart, which one was Kevin, whatever. But like they actually gave real personalities to these characters, which like worked out for them really well. And obviously, I know you love the villain.
I love Scarlet Overkill.
Scarlet Overkill. Hi, Scarlet. I do like Scarlet Overkill. She's a really cool villain. She has a lot of cool charisma, and all that is really really cool. I really like all that stuff. What do you think about the movie?
I thought it was pretty average. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't. I feel like it didn't need to be needed, or I feel like they're gonna make it either way. But I feel like it didn't need to be needed. Like I don't. Does anybody even ask for like an entire 1 hour and 30 minute movie about like yellow, like little tiny yellow like pumpkins?
Little tiny banana people.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were asking for it, but I'm honestly kind of glad we got it because it's kind of overkill, obviously. But it kind of like you said, it goes into detail on like the origin of these little yellow people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pretty cool, like how they evolved and stuff, and they've been alive since the dawn of time.
Yeah,
Like like that's insane.
it is.
And how they're immortal. They can't even die.
That is crazy.
I find it like pretty funny how they serve a master, like the most evilest person or master at the time. So that gets you wondering like who were they serving in 1940s, right? Or something like that. Like those memes about like the minions, like what they like asking the minions what they were doing in that time frame. Like that's a good question. That's a valid question. Like what were they doing then? Who were they serving? Who's their master?
Where the minions be at, man?
Where were they at? What were they doing during 1940s?
What if Hitler didn't actually kill himself and it was just the minions all along?
The minions accidentally killed him on accident.
Minions accidentally set up a gun and killed Hitler.
You know what?
They go, oh, Darwin.
Uncle.
Hello.
Hello.
Butler, you there?
Hello. Hello.
Oh my god.
Why can't we get that movie instead of this one?
Minions 1940s, please.
Please. Illumination, I need it.
But it's pretty good. I mean, it's all right.
It was all right.
I feel like it was bound to happen, though.
It had to.
It's Illumination's big like kind of mascot, so
Yeah.
they're gonna make it.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. All right. Despicable Me 3.
Now this one, I feel like this is the one that's closest to the original as being as good as the original. There's a few bumps in the road, like some of the Lucy Mom stuff I didn't love, but most of it was, dude, it was so freaking hilarious. And like, dude, Drew is really funny. I like how they gave Gru more family, and he had some really really good moments with Drew. Like that was so adorable and wholesome. Like he did so many things. Like I know I said I didn't really like it, but like there was some good Lucy stuff. I like some of that. cute with like going to find the unicorn, like quote unquote, like that was cute and had some cool stuff. But obviously, dude, I think like the villain of this movie might be like better or close to being better as Vector. Like Balthazar Brat is such a good villain. He is so freaking entertaining. Like he's one of every single line that he does is just so funny. He is so good. What did you think about the movie?
I honestly think Despicable Me 3 is like kind of my favorite in the franchise.
That's not that is not controversial at all to me.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Drew and Gru's bromance is the best bromance I've seen in like animation in a while. It's just so good.
Other than them breaking up for a bit, they had such a good relationship.
They did.
Gru is so nice to him.
He is. Like they needed each other. They're the brothers that needed to be like together.
It's like they've been waiting their whole lives. They're so cute.
So happy they did. They added him in there. And like Balthazar Brat, he's kind of the weaker ones in my opinion. He's kind of the weaker villain in the franchise, but he's not the weakest. That's saved for a specific somebody. He's not the weakest, but
Yep.
he's up there. He's like in the middle here, I guess. Like he's cool. I like the '80s thing he's got, the '80s vibe thing he's got going on. But like, I feel like a more childish version of Vector. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fair.
It's not like Vector was cool. Like he had that coolness about him. But Brat is just like I'm a mighty teenager type deal going on, which is no. Oh, okay. And then like the Lucy and the kid side plot, could have been better. I feel like, I mean, it makes sense for Lucy wanting to be a good mom, I guess. But like, I did not like the unicorn stuff. I'm sorry, not sorry. I did not like the unicorn stuff.
Man, you're saying that Despicable Me is your favorite, but you're saying all these negative things about it? What do you like about this movie then?
Drew and Gru,
That's
obviously.
the only thing you can remember that you like about it.
That's why it's number one. I think number one. The Drew and Gru
If Drew wasn't in it, it would be the worst one.
If Drew was not in this movie would honestly be like last.
That's why the previous three films were so bad. No Drew.
No Drew equals bad movie.
That's why so many movies are bad nowadays. No Drew.
Yeah, I think every movie nowadays should have Drew Gru in it or something. Please. So cool. But yeah, I really like this movie. It's really nice.
Pretty good.
Minus the Lucy and the kid stuff. This is pretty good stuff. It's a good movie. I love it. Next, Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, I feel like most of it was hype. Like, just because the whole gentle minions thing back then,
yeah.
like that was huge. But the actual movie is pretty good.
Yeah.
Has some really funny stuff in it. I think that like the ensemble, kind of the Furious. What was it like the
Furious Six? I
the
think.
six or something like that. Like the group that was in there. Like other than the Knuckle guy, I like the Knuckle guy and his relationship with Gru. I thought that was very sweet and very cute. But the actual villains, they're fine. Like obviously, I know you love one of them. They'd probably say in a second, but like yeah, it's like most of them they're just forgettable. Like I like the designs of a lot of them, but they're forgettable. I thought that like Steve Carell still did a really good job as Gru, especially younger Gru. That was really good. Can't believe he can get his voice that high still. But yeah, it was pretty good. I loved all the minions still. They were so funny and they introduced my goat minion, Otto. Otto with his bro, his black bro, like oh my god, I love him so much. Otto is the greatest thing to ever come to cinema from Illumination. He's so goated.
Otto's love, Otto's life.
So goated. So fat and he has braces. They're so mean to him. Like it's literally like those memes when me when they're mean to Butters on South Park, but it's me when they're mean to Otto and Despicable Me.
Oh, that's Gordon, my comfort character.
Yeah. If he ever dies in one of those movies, or if he ever gets hurt again, I'm gonna cry. What did you think about the movie?
I like the hype going towards it.
Mhm.
That was fun.
Was fun.
We're getting dressing up in the suit just to watch a movie about like thumbtacks.
Just a mini, just a kids movie about little yellow guys.
Yeah, just like wearing a suit and tie and everything. That was fun. But like the actual movie itself was just okay.
Yeah, it was alright.
Okay, nothing to write home about.
Mhm.
Not too good, not too bad. It's just like they're in the middle.
Mhm.
I mean, like I like Wild Knuckles and Goo's relationship. That was cute. Like he needed a father figure. Like before Nefario, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's still alive. He's probably dead. Never mind.
like Nefario.
No, the other guy, like
Oh
Wild
yeah.
Knuckles. Do you think he's still alive in the
I
franchise?
wonder if you could see him in Despicable Me 4
Maybe.
with all the other villains.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool if he was there.
I gotta look at that again.
That'd be lit.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the villains. The best villain, obviously, in that like what is it? What's the group called again?
I don't remember.
I don't know. The Six group.
It's so bad you can't even remember what the thing is.
I forgot what they were called. I just know they were like bad people, and then they were like the best character, which is the nun. The nunchucks. That's like the best villain ever in this franchise. Nah, I'm just joking, but she's amazing. I love her.
I loved it when she broke into Gru's house and then to escape, she just called like on a ray of sunlight and she got like lifted up.
That got me laughing so much in the theater. That was so awesome.
It was so funny.
It was so peak. So peak. I also like seeing Dr. Nefario in there. That was nice. It's pretty cool to have him there. Just like for a little bit, like, hey guys, Dr. Nefario's here. Oh wow, he's there. That's cool. That was nice.
The villains were the Vicious Six.
I'm gonna just call it the nunchuck people gang thing.
The other four and the nunchuck.
The other four, the nunchuck woman. My favorite. Yeah.
I do like how it was a lot of origins, do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like you had the bank guy, you had Vector.
Vector!
I really liked all that stuff. It was cool.
That was nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of foreshadowing.
Oh no, though I think the movie's just hard.
Yeah. Nothing to write home about, like I said. Alright. Last but certainly not least, Despicable Me 4.
Yeah. It was a movie. It was a movie.
It happened.
It's not awesome. We're saying this, but it's not awful. It's probably like one of the best animated of the whole series. Like the quality of animation is really good. The colors really pop.
Yeah.
And like, not to mention, we didn't even mention it in the first film because that one definitely has the best one. But the theme to that movie is really good. I'm talking about any of the music, by the way. I'm sure we'll talk about it in a minute. But like, yeah, the theme is really good by Pharrell, the goat Pharrell. Like, yeah, it was all right. Like, I thought the Gru was still very funny. It was very funny. The Super Minions, they were fine. I thought it was weird how they instantly got rid of like Gru's mom and Drew. Like, you could have kept Drew. Like, Drew is the same voice actor as like Steve Carell voice acts both Drew and Gru. So you could have kept him. I understand the mom because maybe you couldn't get the voice actor back, but like you didn't need to just like get rid of them. Like that's like Drew made the third one so great, and you're just gonna instantly like shaft him into like wherever he is now. Like what the heck? He was living with Gru like last time. Like in the third one, to do that. But yeah, I do think in the fourth one, the action was very cool. I really liked the action. There were some really fun sequences, but like other than that and the animation, that's really all that is going for it.
Yeah.
And obviously, let's talk about it. The villain, dude.
How do you waste Will Ferrell?
Dude, that's crazy. It's crazy.
How do you do
You
that?
have the two guys from freaking Anchorman, probably one of the funniest films like ever, and you waste it.
How do you do that?
Dude, like how he's so like probably misutilized it would be the word. You could have made him a cool villain, like the bug guy. But like, dude, you're gonna just do a bug like as a villain? Dog, like
There's so much better ideas.
And he's weird and like Will Ferrell, he did a good job. He did a good job as him.
What he's given, he did well. Yeah.
Like he made it sound different. I like that. But other than that, nah. I will say though, one thing before I switch it over to you, E, I really did. I like the ending of it. Like how they showed all the villains through all the things, and they were all saying everyone wants to rule the world. I thought that was a really cool scene. I really enjoyed that scene from it, and showed all the villains. They showed Drew and the mom and Doctor Nefario. Like it was almost like it probably isn't because I'm sure they're gonna make more, but it was almost like a send off to Despicable Me, like showing all the villains. Why would you do that if you're not like ending it or something like
Maybe
that?
they're just feeling like bored and it's like, hey, just to throw them in a movie real quick, you know?
They have assets, they might as well use it.
I don't know, put a couple of gray hairs on like the older characters, just call it a day.
Hector looked very different.
Yeah,
But yeah, I thought it was meh. It was just
meh, overload.
what did you think about it?
I think the same thing. I didn't honestly. I forgot because I was like, what's the other film I'm thinking about? They're like, there's another one, and then I like halfway through the podcast, I'm like, oh yeah, Will Ferrell was one. I forgot. Like, like this is impossible. It's like crazy how you waste like a cool, like great actor like that, and then you make it like a horrible villain. Literally the worst villain in the franchise,
No doubt.
no doubt. I'm kind of glad that we get to see more Gru stuff. That's nice. That's always good. Oh, no, I like how they brought back the spy stuff too.
That was good.
That was really nice. Bringing it back like a little form, back to form with all that spy stuff they had going on in the first one. Bring it back in this one. I honestly forgot what Lucy and the kids did. Like, I have no idea what they did. Do you remember?
Dude, Lucy, she was like a hairstylist and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And the kids were like, dude, I feel like they were just there. Like, I got the well, there was a new kid. There's the baby. Let's go.
Oh yeah, the baby. Let's go.
All I really remember from him is like he hated Gru, and he got kidnapped by Bug the Will Ferrell guy,
Yeah,
and like like he was funny sometimes. Like I liked him with the badger. I thought the baby with the badger was funny.
that was cute.
Uh, what did the kids do other than that? I know that like Agnes randomly said that she couldn't lie, even though she lied a couple times in the other movies. I thought that was weird. But like, yeah, it's just, dude, we watched it on Saturday, and it's already like really forgettable.
It's just that bad.
It's like it's a movie I've seen probably all year. Like, dude, when you're trying to go up against like other stuff that came out this year, like freaking Wild Robot and TF1. Like, how are you gonna follow up on that? Like, they didn't even like hold any like Despicable Me. They tried to be as good, but like try is the word because they did not succeed.
Yeah,
It's just meh.
it's just man. It's honestly, I could go like if we ever had to do like another Despicable Me like marathon, I really want like not watch this movie because it's such a boring one too. Like yeah, there's some cool stuff. I I kind of glad they introduced like the junior baby kid.
That is cute. That is cute.
That's cute.
How and Gru actually, even though he has daughters, he has an actual biological like son. And
Yeah.
stuff. That's cute.
And he can like be a better father to this kid than his actual dad was to him.
Yeah,
So I think that's a really nice thing. Like you can see like he's a really great dad.
he is.
It was like really showing off in this movie too.
That's one of the things we didn't mention. He's in all three movies, like all four actually, all four movies where he is a dad. He is a great father, great father.
He's a great father, like the best father probably.
Well, rather the best father that's a villain.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Just that good. All right. This is
Now ranking time.
ranking time.
All right.
I guess I can go first.
Yeah, you can go first.
Last place, obviously, Despicable Me 4.
Agree.
I'm not putting that one like even above anything else. That movie's garbage. Uh, okay, there's like six, right?
Yes. So wait.
And,
Yep, there's 6.
Okay, 6. So
Yep.
that's 6. Okay, 5th place. We'll go to Visor Group.
Mhm.
I liked it. It was okay. It's a lot better than 4,
100%.
but it's still like 5th place because it's still pretty.
Not horrible,
It's not horrible,
but
like
it's not super great either.
yeah. And then 4th would be Minions, the first Minion
Mhm.
movies. Not in the top 3, and it's not in the bottom 2. It's just like in the middle, to be honest. It's a good middle movie. It's like pretty chill. I thought, I if I wanted to, maybe I could put it up to 3rd because of like Scarlet Overkill. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be as fair and non-biased as possible here. So I'll put it at number 4. Number 3, uh, kind of controversial, I think. But I'll put the first movie at number 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think the sequels are a little bit better than the first one.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, actually no. Let me change that up.
Oh.
I'll put the second one at 3rd. There
All
we go.
right. All right.
Because I did like the first one a little bit more. I have more fond memories of the first one than the third one, or the second one rather. So 3rd place would be Despicable Me 2.
Mhm.
2nd place would be Despicable Me 1.
Mhm.
And 1st place is my favorite, Despicable Me 3.
Oh wow.
I love the 3rd one so much. Drew, goat. And then I also really like Balthazar Brat. Not my favorite villain, but he's pretty lit, I guess, sometimes.
He's very entertaining.
He is. All right, T, what you got?
All right. So about the same list, I'd say, as you, but change some things up. Like obviously, for the 6th one, the 4th, like no last place, the 4th one. It's a stinker. It's a stinker. Like how it's just man. I feel like you've been doing stuff for 14 years, and like it's just you're running out of good ideas, man. You can't find anything good. But yeah, 4 at 6th, and then in 5th place, probably say Minions. Like it was good, and I liked Scarlet Overkill as a villain, but it's just all right. It's your average kind of kids movie. There's very funny stuff in it, but yeah. And then probably I'd say Rise of Gru in 4th place, which it was good. It was good. It was good. I liked it, but like it was all hype. It was all hype, and we had so many good things going for it. And then third, probably have to go with the second one. Thought the second one was it was all right. I like some stuff in it, but not as good as the other two. And then hard toss up. I feel like you could put any of the last movies I'm talking about in second or first place. But I'll go with the third one in the second, and, and the first one in first. I think the third one it's very good. It's very very good. It's as close as to being as good as the first one can be. But first one's just so iconic to me and has so many amazingly iconic scenes and just has so much more heart than the other ones. It can't be beaten in my eyes. It's just like if they ever do a fifth one or a third of Minions as good as that, like I'll concede, I'll say it's number one. But there's no other movie that as good as the first one, as opening up as a bang as they did with that one. It's just like, dude, it is. And then next, uh,
All right. We've talked about favorite characters for a little bit.
yeah, talk about as good as they.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about like some favorite stuff we have from this franchise. You can go first.
All right, favorite stuff or favorite characters?
Either works.
All right, I'll just talk about a few things that we forgot. I think because there's a lot of stuff that I think we forgot about when we were talking about the movies and ranking. One that we barely talked about is the music. Feel like that there's some great tracks in this thing. I don't think they're like in a lot of them they're super prominent. Like in the later ones, there's not a lot of great music, like other than some really good licensed songs. But I feel like the first one has some really iconic themes, really iconic sounds. But definitely like best one we'll just have to talk about is all of Pharrell's original music for the movies. Like, dude, that first theme from Despicable Me 1 is so freaking iconic, man. Like, there's barely any other kid animated themes that get there. The only one, like, and funny enough, the only one in my mind I can think about is Double Life by Pharrell for Despicable Me 4. One of the only good parts about Despicable Me 4. Like, dude, that theme is so freaking good. No wonder it got a huge boom during the summer and became a bunch of like memes and stuff like that. Like, dog, that's like 10 times. That song is 10 times better than the actual movie itself. Like, dude, like, oh my god. Probably last thing before we start talking about our favorite characters I want to talk about is the action.
Oh, yeah.
Action is really underrated in these films, especially the first one. First one has some such cool dynamic action scenes. Specifically talking about when Gru goes to get the girls. Like,
Yeah.
dude, he punches a freaking shark. He does parkour on missiles. He's so freaking cool, dog. Like, man, that was awesome. There's some other really cool ones in other films too. Like, I like the dance fight scene in 3. I thought that was very fun.
So peak.
Very good. But yeah, hey, anything you want to talk about with that we forgot?
The humor.
Humor. Oh yeah.
The humor is the first movie's humor is like probably my favorite one so far because it's just so.
On the toilet.
I see it on the toilet. It's just so classic.
It is.
And then as the movies get like as the movies go on and on, it's just like it gradually goes down a little bit, like having little spikes and like once in a while. I think like the funniest movie since the first one was probably like, dang, that's hard.
The third one talked about boobs. That was funny.
Third one was funny, yeah.
You like, hey, grow up boobs.
Hey, see, that's another thing. That's another reason why the third movie is so great. It has funny humor.
It's so funny. It's really great humor.
So funny, and I like another thing I wanted to talk about, like every character's relationship with another with each other, like especially Gru.
Every relationship Gru has had has been like one of the best parts about those movies.
Exactly.
If Gru has a relationship with a character in those movies, it's great. The only one again that didn't have a great one was the fourth one.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
just the
only
baby.
one.
It's just him and the baby, and that's it.
In every single movie, Gru is a main character, and he has a great he has a great relationship. Like Lucy, the girls, the knuckle guy, like yeah, Drew, like dude, he's so freaking good. The writing with that is amazing. That's when they pop off.
And then they just dumped the ball in the fourth one,
Dude, they did like
as usual. And I also like the creativity these movies have too. Each one's way different than the other. Like, how do you have like some random pompous like orange suited guy going from that to a wrestler, from that to an '80s guy, and from the '80s guy to some bug dude? Like, even though the fourth one is obviously the worst one in terms of villains and stuff, they're not lacking in the creativity department.
yeah,
I'll give them that. That was pretty creative.
they had a lot of cool shots in the movie. They're really experimenting with a lot of stuff in that movie.
They are. Too bad it didn't work out, but whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
And like the minions had creativity too. Yeah, Garnet Overkill, yes, pretty creative stuff there. And then with the nunchuck ladies like team, that was pretty creative. It reminded me of, like a Justice League type of thing or Sinister Six. I thought it was pretty unique and creative the way they did that. Kind of makes you wonder what they have in the store for the future, right?
Yeah. You want to talk about that now, or
Sure, let's talk about the future.
all right? Wonder, yeah, what could they do next? Like, I think you think I asked you this earlier, but you think that they're gonna make a next one is gonna be Minions 3 or Despicable Me 5?
I think they have some kind of pattern going on right now where they make a Despicable Me movie, like since the second one, right?
Yeah.
They had a Minions movie, and then they had Despicable Me 3 in between Minions 1 and 2. So between 2 and 3, they had Despicable Me 4.
Yep.
So I think the next one is going to be Minions 3, and then after that would be Despicable Me 4.
What do you think they would do for Minions 4? Do you think they would follow Gru in like his teenage years, or do you thinking they would go in like 2000s or something as Gru was just starting to get like a huge villain?
I think it might be a good time for him to have him starting out as a villain, like a few years
Mhm.
before the girls were born.
Yeah.
Like have him like start off his villainy career, like a pretty big crime,
Mhm.
and do that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a pretty good start for his career. But other than that,
Mhm.
I think like maybe it would be nice to see him in his teen years, like going
Mhm.
through high school or college. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be nice. I'd like to see how he looked because we haven't seen a ton of stuff from when he was around that age. We've
Yeah,
only seen him in obviously back in the 70s and when he and everything that we've seen in flashbacks.
yeah. It's just been flashback stuff mainly.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to see like a new time period for him.
Be cool.
What would the minions do though during that time? Like, what
Well,
would be like the plot? I guess.
maybe them trying to like how a lot of teenagers they start to grow out of stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe Gru can start to grow out of the minions, and the minions have to find something to like tell him or notice him that like they are needed. You can't do like things without your minions and stuff like that.
yeah.
I think that would be a kind of cool idea, and hopefully maybe you could see like one thing I do kind of hope in the a potential third Minions movie. Give me Lucy somewhere in the background, like a little Easter egg. Like I always saw Vector in the last one. Let me see
Yes.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Vector and Vampire were in the last one, so
Yeah.
that's pretty lit. Having more like references to the old, like other movies. I like that. I like how they I like how they sprinkle in references in there, like in the newer movies.
Mhm.
They have their own like cinematic universe or something.
Oh my god. What are we? What next are we gonna get next? The Vector movie.
Despicable Me Endgame. There we go.
What? Anything else you want to see from a third Minions movie? Or
I think that's it. What do you got? T?
well, I think now that we've and that we should probably talk about what we would want in a potential fifth Despicable Me movie.
I have an idea.
Oh,
And
shoot! Let me see. Let me hear it.
my idea is like I want to bring Drew back into the focus, right?
Uh huh.
I want to bring him back, but I think it'd be kind of interesting if they went from like orange jumpsuit dude,
Yep.
Vessler,
Yep.
to 80s guy,
Yep.
to what was the
Right.
bug dude.
He did have a thing with though. They
What
were in high school together.
the bug dude? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
or
that's
like
true.
middle school.
Yeah. Okay, I think if they're going like wacky stuff, I
Mhm.
think it would be kind of interesting to see like a mad scientist,
Oh,
like kind of like an inverse of Doctor Nefario, maybe like a mad scientist who's into cloning or something. And I think it'd be kind of cool to see Guru and Drew's dad come back somehow,
he's dead.
like clone him,
Oh,
like they
okay.
clone him, and the dad is like, "Hey, I'm a good guy. I'm here to save you. I'm say hi." And then we have like this heartfelt stuff going on with Gru and Drew's dad and everything. And then we find out at the end of the movie, or like near the end of the movie, that he's actually a clone,
Mhm.
and that the real dad he died trying to like stop the villain or something.
Could be interesting.
And then like at, they can have the dad turn against them at the end of the movie,
Wow.
like a Winter Soldier type deal or something.
He becomes evil, and Drew and Guru have to fight him.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to see that fight.
And then probably also give the mom something to do too, because she's done martial arts before
Mm-hmm.
in the past movie. So I'd probably give her something to do.
Yeah.
And then for like the Lucy and the kids, I guess it's like I wanted there to be a time skip. Obviously, I want to see the
Oh,
cast age.
maybe we can see like the girl's actual parents.
Yeah,
They're orphans. Or maybe see Lucy's side of her family. You've never seen that before.
that's true.
I also think that it'd be cool in your I think it'd be crazy though in your idea with like Gru and Drew's dad, dude, there's no other person to do it other than Steve Carell But dude, it'd be insane if Steve Carell did 3 different voices in the same movie.
That'd be insane.
Dude, he did his brother, and every single family member looks like on Gru's side looks the same.
Yeah.
Like you saw the statues in the third one.
Mm.
They all look the same. So Steve Carell would definitely have to do that voice again.
You'd have to.
Dude, that'd be insane.
Crazy. It'd be
Yeah.
weird.
But obviously, what I would like to see in the fourth one, though, but or the fifth one,
Yeah.
would obviously do better than the first one. Or fourth.
And please
Do
better.
do better than the fourth one.
Please.
Like, throw me some new ideas. Don't like new good ideas. Maybe go a little bit old school. Maybe you can have Gru steal something even bigger than the moon or something. Maybe go back, try to steal freaking Saturn or something, and minions get stuck on Saturn. Like maybe show me more focus and like everything interconnected with the minions, because the minions were kind of just shoehorned in the last one.
Yeah.
With their super stuff. Give me like the funny stuff in the fifth one again. Like just basically what I'm saying is give me new good creative stuff. Have the same feeling as 1 and 3, but dude, don't fail it again. Don't fail me now, Illumination. Don't fail me now. Like I just want it to be better than the fourth. That's all I really want for the fifth.
Yeah. I like the subplot they had in the third movie where they just like leave Gru and then they go off to prison. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. I like that one flashback scene with I think it was Dave. Like he was like Gru was like his dad or whatever. They're fishing or he hurt his knee and he had like a band-aid. Like it was so funny.
So
Give me stuff like that. That's why we need 3 and 1 stuff back.
we need it.
Please. Please, Illumination, we need this.
Please. What else?
Anything else you want to? I don't really think there's anything too much to talk about it. We talked about mostly everything. Good.
Oh, there is one thing.
Well,
Like I had like when I was imagining like my idea for like the dad being cloned and stuff.
Yeah.
There was only like one actor I can think in my head.
Oh.
It wasn't Steve Carell. They usually have like an A-list actor in these movies. Will Ferrell's the last one.
Yep.
I think it'd be pretty funny if they got like Adam Sandler or something.
God.
Like Adam Sandler or like Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
They got him in Secret Life of Pets. They can do it again with Despicable Me.
That would be insane.
Wait, can they get Harrison Ford to be a minion?
Oh, be banana.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Wait, what if they make like a translator for the minions to speak English so that everybody else can understand them?
You did like that one like you know that guy that like talks in like the Arby's commercials or whatever. Give me that guy as the minion voice actor.
Banana. Banana.
Oh,
we have the
banana.
bananas. We have the bananas.
Please. Oh, he's so funny.
But yeah, I guess it's time for closing thoughts. So final thoughts on the Despicable Me franchise as of 2024.
Definitely could be a lot better as it is now. But, it's still a great franchise. They have great stuff. Even though it's basically Hollywood slop at this point, it has great stuff in that slop. Like, it's still really entertaining. And even though it's almost a lot of it, I feel like is just like, mindless kid movie stuff, it has some really cool themes and really real themes. Like, there's genuinely some great stuff in these kids' movies. Like, this animation is great. It's like, anything you want to say last, or?
I feel like the movies they're gonna obviously be popular in the future. They're obviously gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I just hope that the quality of them gets a lot better as time goes on. Like,
Yeah.
the first one is hard to, well, and to a good degree, like the third one as well. It's hard to like replicate that amount of effort put into a movie. But if they can do that again with the next few Despicable Me and Minion movies, I'm pretty sure we'll have like a banger franchise. Maybe something to rival maybe the Marvel Cinematic Universe. universe. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. I'm just kind of stretching it too much.
I don't want a minion universe. It's too much.
Too much.
Too many minions.
Captain Minion.
No.
Iron Minion.
I don't want Minion Infinity War. Minion Infinity Banana War. No.
Yeah, the Minion Gauntlet.
No.
Minion. Banana.
God.
But yeah, I hope to see like a lot of cool stuff in the future if it does continue on forever. So yeah, but yeah, that's our podcast. We appreciate y'all for listening in.
Very much.
It's been a while, and I hope we will try to be more active next year, 2025.
Hopefully it won't take too long for the next one.
Yeah,
And if you're seeing this, like, throw some stuff down in the comments. We're always thinking about new stuff and what to do, and we really appreciate your help. The reasons that it took so long to actually do this was we were trying to find a good idea, but we couldn't find a good idea. So if you guys would be so kind, throw some stuff you'd like us to talk about in the comics and comments, and who knows, we might do that.
exactly. Well, with that, we appreciate you guys for listening in, and we'll see you guys hopefully in the next episode.
Yep.
Take care, y'all.
See ya.